These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hi there, I'm Amelia Fabiano with your top stories on this Saturday from ABC15 Arizona. The push for justice for Emily Pike is ramping up this weekend across Arizona. Emily was a member of the San Carlos Apache tribe. Her body was found last month off the US 60 in Globe. She had been missing for weeks prior and still no arrests have been made. Last night, the White Mountain Apache tribe held a vigil in her honor. We talked to the chairman, who says while this case is getting a lot of attention, he wants the same for the thousands of other missing Indigenous people.
We are no different than no one. We all eat the same. We all think the same. You know, we're human beings, and we all need to bond together and stand against stand for and support all the missing and murdered Indigenous persons.
Today, the San Carlos Apache tribe will hold a vigil for Emily. ABC 15's Ashley Holden will be there as we remain committed to following this case every step of the way. And with Representative Raul Grijalva's passing, countless are mourning that loss across our state, but the clock is also ticking on filling his empty seat. The governor just announced a special primary election will be held on July 15th. Then a general election Tuesday, September 23rd. Big news on the population front. A new census report reveals U.S. metro areas are experiencing growth driven largely by international migration. Data analyst Garrett Archer joins us to break down the numbers and explore how this surge is shaping the Grand Canyon state.
The Valley of the Sun is made up of 2 counties, and one of them made the list of counties growing the fastest in the last year. So the fastest growing county in 2024 was Dawson County, Georgia, a nearly 7% growth rate. Kaufman County in Texas was the second. Jasper County, South Carolina was the third. Jackson County, Georgia, the fourth. And finally, Pinal County, Arizona is next, a growth rate of 5.6%. All of these counties have one thing in common: close proximity to a larger, more urban county. And speaking of those larger, more urban counties, Maricopa and Pinal County together make up the Phoenix Metro. And since 2020, we ranked third for the growth in the number of people calling the Valley of the Sun home. It's not a close third, though. The metro gaining the most population was Dallas-Fort Worth, over 700,000 people there. Texas's other major metro, the Houston-Pasadena area, they added 650,000 people. The Phoenix Metro is larger by 335,000 people compared to 2020, and we narrowly beat out Miami-Fort Lauderdale, which grew by almost 320,000. And migration is still by far the biggest driver of population growth in the valley, but things are shifting. This past year, more than half of migration to the Phoenix Metro came internationally, about 49,000 people. 21,000 people, meanwhile, migrated domestically from other regions of the U.S., and the net natural growth was 14,500. And with policy shifts in Washington, this could look even more different next year. Regardless, Phoenix has had healthy growth trends in all 3 growth components for the past 10 years, especially given its size. It's a mixed bag, though, with other Arizona metros. Prescott and Lake Havasu have very strong domestic migration, but few births. And Yuma, for example, has strong international migration. With a look inside the numbers, I'm Garrett Archer, ABC 15, Arizona.
All right, some bad news for Buc-ee's fans here. The grand opening of the Travel Center in Goodyear has been delayed. They confirmed with ABC 15 their First Valley location is now set to open by June of 2026. It was supposed to be Christmas, so we're working to learn the reason for the delay. Let's get to a check of that most accurate forecast for your Saturday. Things are drying out, but staying pretty chilly here in Phoenix. A high of 69 degrees. That's around 10 degrees below average for this time of year. Our record high was 92 degrees that we set on the state back in 2007. Other highs around our state will land in the upper 40s, low 50s in Payson, Prescott, and Sedona, 30s and 40s in the high country in spots like Flagstaff, Show Low, and Heber, 50s in Winslow and Globe, and upper 60s, low to mid 70s out west from Bullhead City down to Yuma. Overnight, as we wake up on our Sunday morning, we'll see temperatures drop into the 20s and 30s in the high country and north of the rim, 30s and 40s in Globe, Casa Grande, Gila Bend, and Bullhead City, down to Quartzsite as well. That 7-day forecast shows things getting a little bit more normal tomorrow, a high of 76, and we'll be back in the 80s by Monday, but clouds building in as the storm system does too, keeping us dry but bringing breezy, cooler conditions Tuesday, warming up from there to the 80s by Thursday and Friday. And for the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC 15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.